Now, frankly, I'm a little worried about my final guest of the week. If there's anything that she's known for, it's her winsome ways and shy, girlish charms. I just hope we can eke a modest word or two out of her. I'm sure a little enthusiastic applause will encourage her. The Queen of Broadway, the lady who's made Hello, Darling, Carol Channing. You're like two sailors on a night out here.
Oh, we have the same
buttons.
tailor.
There's a million buttons here. Look at you.
Hey, Ralph Lauren?
A very good friend of mine, old Ralphie.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, I can see that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a chum of yours.
Pardon me?
A chum of yours, too.
A chum of yours. Yes, it's hard for Americans to understand
course.
the original language.
Yes. Well, you
we've
don't
aborted
speak it
it.
awfully well.
No, we don't, yes.
No, you don't say the word. You mispronounce a lot of words, if
Yes,
I may
we
say
do.
so.
I know it.
Lever.
What does that mean?
Lever.
Oh, Lever.
Yeah.
Yes, Lever Brothers Building.
Yeah.
Yes, you say lever.
No, you do.
Oh.
Anyway, what are we talking about here? Another performance you've got coming up as Dolly Levi.
Isn't it exciting?
A part you've made your own. You're here at the Palladium on the weekend.
Yes, and
On Sunday.
it's on Sunday, and everybody's coming in for it from
Right.
America. Cheetah Rivera, Dolores Gray, all the people coming in. Oh, you should see. We've got, and Mary Martin's coming in to see it because Mary Martin wants to see the show, and she adores you, so I was told to say hello to Terry Wogan for Mary Martin.
Thank you.
Yes, she's watching the show.
Oh.
Hello, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Yes. Oh, Mary,
Yeah.
you know, we've been friends for years. Yes, you know, our theaters, when I first was on Broadway, in a little review, I was one of 20 unknowns in the Broadhurst Theater on 44th Street, and Mary was right next door in the Imperial, and the fire escapes connected, and she used to come out on the fire escape, and she would say, "Where's my baby girl?" And that was me she was calling. And I'd come out there, and do you know she gave me, she said, "You're gonna be," she's from Texas. Yes, but when she's on stage, she sounds like a lady. But when she's off stage, she sounds like Texas. And so Mary lent me her dresser for opening night in my very first starring part. But then she took her back again.
Ah.
Yes.
That show business, of course, it's a tough old business, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
How did you break in to show business? Tell me how you started. How did you get people's attention?
Well, I went to Bennington College. It's in Vermont.
Very grand.
Yes, you knew that. Well, it's in the lower left-hand corner of Vermont. On the map, it's always purple, you know?
Oh,
yeah. Well, Bennington, I should explain, it's a progressive college for young women, although I understand now they do allow some men to attend, but the ratio is 30-1, so the girls have to be really progressive. Well, I'm very grateful to Bennington, though, because to this day, I feel perfectly at home among intellectuals like you folks. Provided I can keep the topic of conversation within one of three areas: medieval cloister pageants, ceremonial dances of the Teutons, or the sexual confusion in Shakespeare, then I'm fine.
Well, we'll find within those. A broad church. We'll keep it within those parameters. So, you left Bennington?
Yes, and I went down. Well, they have a thing that's called a non-resident term. You're supposed to get a job at whatever you're majoring in. I was a drama dance major. I would have been a drama dance major, but the drama teacher came from New England, and the dance teacher came from the Middle West. So, as I say, since I was a drama dance major, I hot-footed it to New York to get a job performing. Well, the biggest theatrical booking agency, well, I guess it still is the William Morris office. So I went straight away there and asked to speak with the president, a Mr. Abe Lastfogel. You knew him. Well, then you know that he's a man who's known as having a touch of genius, and so, of course, as a result, he never saw anyone.
No.
Excepting occasionally John Wayne. And Mrs. Lastfogel, he saw a lot of her. Well, somehow, by some mistake of his secretaries, Terry, there I was face to face with the great man himself. I swung right into my first number, something I was sure of because it was a big hit with the girls at Bennington. A simple, ancient Gallic dirge in obsolete Vercingetorix French. You know, Vercingetorix, he was before all Gaul was all together. And it was adapted from the original Greek tragedy Orestes. And this was the most thrilling part of the whole thing, the Orestes funeral chant. I remember how Mr. Lastfogel's, how his eyes filled with wonderment as I showed him how the women of the Greek chorus lamented the ravages of war and the shortage of men. I had this little drum, see, it was in 9/5 time. Very difficult. Premier, le massacre des enfants et la mère de leur Dieu. Où ce clair pleure, regarde qui reste tombante. Well, Mr. Lastfogel thought that I should do someone better known than Orestes, like Sophie Tucker.
Yeah.
I sensed that I was losing the great man's attention, so I said, no, wait. Mr. Lastfogel, I have another song here that the girls at Bennington just love. It's a Haitian corn grinding song.
Well, I suppose he leapt at that.
He did. He leapt at it, yes. It's rendered by the natives as they stomp out the kernels with their feet. They sing of their lost youth and pray for rain. See, it's Haitian, of course. Si ti bobincare, o ti bobincare, mazero de si a bobo. Mr. Lastfogel thought that he could see some signs of improvement. But that perhaps it would be wiser for me to get out of ethnic music and into the straight classics, like Ethel Merman. So, well, as I say, the man has a touch of genius. As he was ushering me to the door and telling me not to phone him, he would phone me. I said, now wait, Mr. Lastfogel, I have one more song here that I ran across in my studies on Middle European cultures. And before he could close the door in my face, I sang it, Terry. It went, Moishe Chaim ongekippen is best heilig singen and it's Moishe Chaim would have smell the kids all in their sex. Well, he said his grandmother used to sing songs like that to him when he was a little boy. He said all of a sudden he said, I think I see a glimmer of talent in this girl. He sent me to Mark Blitzstein, who wrote modern American operas. It was a song called I'm Simply Fraud About You. I got the job. And do you know that I never went back to Bennington? They said, talk it over with your parents, talked it over with the faculty. They said, you can't always get experience, but you can always get your education. I have one more year to go, and I'm still getting my experience. And the moment I get it, I'm going back to
Back to Bennington.
That's right.
What a story.
I think so.
It's more than 25 years since you first appeared in Hello, Dolly, isn't it?
Oh, yes, 26 years.
Blimey.
We opened on Broadway, yes.
How do you retain the vigor and vitality?
Well, truthfully, you seem so interested that I can't stop telling you. I mean, you just pull it out of me. Truly.
That's what I'm here for.
Of course, it wouldn't do, would it, to fall asleep on the Terry Wogan show?
All audiences have done it before now. Yeah. So, I mean, the vigor and the vitality, I mean, how do you retain this?
I'm not aware of it. No, but I must tell you that if there's going to be a lot of vigor and vitality on Sunday, you know why? Jerry Herman's Hello, Dolly is being done by 70 singers and dancers, 130 people all together. It's the most sets
big.
And costumes.
Wow.
And what have you? Wait till you see. I've never seen a show that enormous.
And it's all for the Ormond Street Children's Hospital.
Ormond Street Children's Hospital Fund.
That's
the
excellent.
Great Ormond Street.
The Great Ormond Street.
Street.
Do you ever feel ill yourself? Do you ever?
Oh, yes. Yes, but there's no tonic like getting out and having to do the show with an audience. You worry more about the audience and do they see the beauties and glories of this marvelous character that you're playing.
Yeah.
You know, that cures you of anything.
Yeah.
You
But
always feel
how
better.
is it? How is it?
How is what?
I'm
Yes, I understand.
wanted to ask the question.
He didn't finish
I
asking
didn't
the
finish.
question yet.
How
You
is it?
understand? Does he take this long?
How is it you didn't get the part in the movie of Hello, Dolly?
Oh, yes. Well, I wanted to jump out the window when I read it in the paper. And I don't know, except that, you know, Barbara Streisand, thank God, is a tremendous creative force. And she lived through that movie of Hello, Dolly, and she built and grew from there. If I had done it, it would have been the end of me.
Really?
Well, the movie was nothing like the play, like the show.
No, of course.
No. So, they only used, thank goodness, Jerry Herman's songs and his lyrics. Isn't that wonderful?
Did it make you feel sick not to have...
Very, deathly sick.
You have to take care of your health, haven't you? You're very careful of your diet.
Well, I was born and raised in a Christian Science family, and we don't believe in doctors. It's not that we don't get sick, it's just that, but of course they're my best friends. I mean, I have nothing against doctors. And also, we don't believe in age, you see. And so, it's perfectly permissible with Christian Scientists never to discuss your age. Now, of course, I know a few Catholic and Jewish girls who do the same thing, but with me, it's legal.
That's good, isn't it?
Yes, you never discuss it. So, the only time that I was really, really ill was my last flight from London to New York City. Not that it was such a rough trip. The other passengers enjoyed it, but for me, it was rough because they were showing Hello, Dolly with Barbara Streisand.
Now, tell me about working with George Burns. We've had George Burns on the show a couple of times.
He told me.
Yeah.
He likes you. Oh, yes, he does. I just had Mother's Day with George Burns, and I was his mother. Wasn't that an honor? She's no longer with us. And he's 94, you know. And George, when I got the part in Hello, Dolly, he's been my mentor. Aren't I lucky? I've had George for a friend all my working life. And I called George and I said, George, do you think that I am up to singing a tremendous score like Hello, Dolly? And George said, Carol, what are you worried about? Your voice is as good as mine. Now, doesn't that give you confidence,
terrific.
though?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
That's the kind of thing that fills a person with...
Fills a person with confidence.
Yes.
And then I said to him, George, how did you learn all that for your act in Las Vegas in 2 days? I couldn't do that. And he said, Carol, you're not 94 years old yet. You don't think that's funny?
But
It loses something in the translation. See, Americans just don't speak the same language.
but they sing in
Yes,
roughly
yes,
the
we
same...
sing. Do you know who we've got here? The foremost conductor on Broadway, Don Pippin.
Where?
And he's
Where?
Jerry
Where
Herman's
is he?
music man right
Who's he sitting
there.
at the piano? Old Don Pippin, yes, of
Jerry
course.
Herman wanted to be on this show with me, you know, to talk to you. But he's got this terrible cold, and he's deaf in one ear. So he'll be there for the Greater Ormond Street
Oh,
Children's
great.
Fund. But he couldn't make the Wogan show. His doctor wouldn't let him come. So we thought the last thing we need is a deaf composer.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't you think?
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Did I not let you?
No, you did plenty of time.
Well, you do seem to take your time about it.
I just wondered if you would sing for us.
Oh,
Would you sing?
I'd love
Would you
to
be
sing for
persuaded?
you. I'm going to have Don Pippin.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, do it.
Oh, all right. Now, Terry, every time, Terry, that I sing this song, it makes me so happy because this song is from one of my favorite musical shows. I sang it first on Broadway and then around the world and back again for over 3,000 performances. Hello, Dolly. Well, hello. so nice to be right here where I belong. You're looking swell, Terry. I can tell, Terry. You're still glowing, you're still crowing, you're still going strong. I feel the room swaying. Oh, honestly, it's no good, Terry, without all those 70 boys, singers, and dancers. Come on Sunday, it sounds so dead with just me, to the Palladium and see it as a production number. But do you know that every time I sing that song, I think of its composer and lyricist, Jerry Herman. Jerry wrote so many Broadway hits. He wrote Mame, Milk and Honey, La Cage aux Folles, The Grand Tour, Mac and Mabel, Parade, Hello Dolly, the words and the music. Jerry has a peculiar knack for capturing all of our innermost feelings. At least he does mine. The ones I have whenever I'm with an audience like you, Terry. Well, you see, the first time I ever set foot on stage was in the 4th grade. Oh, he's going like that. Have I spoken too long? Have I overstepped? Oh, dear. All right. Jerry, I must tell you, 4th grade, I stepped on the stage, on the school auditorium stage, and I vowed then and there I'd do anything to get back on that stage again, to have that safe, warm feeling with the audience. I told my father about it, and he said there's an adage that says, be careful what you set your heart upon, for you shall surely get it. Well, I got it, and I'm grateful. And as Jerry Herman says in his song, I only hope that I'll be here tomorrow, alive and well and thriving. I'll be here tomorrow. It's simply called surviving. If before the dawn this fragile world might crack, someone's got to try to put the pieces back. And from beneath the rubble, you'll hear a little voice say, life is worth the trouble. Have you a better choice? So let the skeptics say, tonight we're almost gone. I'll be here tomorrow, simply going on. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that was great. Thanks to Carol. Thanks to the Pretenders. We wish you well for the concert on Sunday.
Thank you, Terry.
Sunday's the concert in the Palladium. You probably didn't hear that. And thanks to the Pretenders too, Mark Rattray and Amanda Donahoe. They were all good, weren't they?
Yes.
We hope you'll have a good weekend. So get on your shin pads.
Isn't Mark excellent?
Mark Rattray.
Yes, Mark Rattray.
Yeah.
Yes, Don Pippin's going to tell Jerry Herman about it. Isn't he marvelous?
All right, see you at 7 o'clock on Monday. Bye-bye.